Okay, here we are. We are going to be talking about the stair method. Now, this is something that maybe some of you haven't heard of before, but it's something that is going to help you with our entire chapter 6, working with fractions. So, that is our main focus. This is not like lesson 6.1 or 6.4 in our book, okay? It is just a helpful hint that will help you during our entire chapter 6 fractions work, okay? So here we go. It's called the stair method, okay? And let me write that down first, just so you know what we're talking about. Stair method. There we go. All right, so here we go. Let's say that first, when we're using the stair method, let's say that we have a fraction that we need to reduce. How about 12 over 20? Okay? Now, you and I both know that there are several ways to do this, but right now, we are going to be focusing on just the stair method, everything that the stair method has to offer. So I'm going to take 12 20ths, and my whole idea is to reduce it. So, stair method is 12 and 20. And you can go ahead and draw that line in there. Make sure that it's big enough that you don't think it's a 1. If you get messy or you're in a hurry, you might think that's a 1 in there and it's going to mess up your entire work, okay? So it's like 12 over 20 right here. And then it's like an upside down division symbol. So what is a number that goes into both 12 and 20? Well, 2 does, and that's probably the quickest and the easiest for us to use. So we're going to start with that. So 2 will go into 12 and 20. So 2 times what is 12? 6. 2 times what is 20? 10. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put that division symbol in there. Can I do that again? Is there a number that would go into 6 and also go into 10? Yes, there is. And it's 2 again. So go ahead and put your 2 right here. And again, you're saying to yourself, 2 times what number would give me 6? 3. 2 times what number would give me 10? 2 times 5. All right. Again, we ask ourselves, can I do it again? Is there another number that would go into 3 and also go into 5? Well, in this case, no, there's not. So what this tells us, using this stair method, is that 3/5 is 12 20ths in reduced form. Pretty cool. 3/5 is 12 20ths in reduced form. It's in simplest form, reduced form. What this also tells us that is kind of cool is 6/10 is an equivalent fraction to 12 20ths. And of course, you know, 3/5 is also an equivalent fraction to 12 20ths. So all of these are equivalent fractions. Of course, that's not all of them that there could be, but that's another thing that the stair method will tell you. It tells you that from 12 20ths, 3/5 is the reduced fraction. All right, some of you are thinking, okay, well, I would not have put 2 there. I would have put 4. Let's just go ahead and back up and do that. So I'm going to erase everything back here, and we're going to go ahead and start back at the beginning. And you said 4, so let's put 4 in. Will 4 go into 12? Yes, it will. 4 times what is 12? 3. Will 4 go into 20? Yes, it will. 5 times. Aha. So you see, we basically, the higher the factor that you can put in that they have in common, the more quickly you will get to your reduced fraction. And there it is. So anytime you have a problem, a fraction that you need to reduce, you can use the stair method. And whether you have a long stair method because you're thinking of all different factors that will go in, that's fine. Common factors that go in could take you a long way down the ladder here, down our stairs. But it might just be that in your mind, you've already worked with these numbers before, and you already know a higher factor that you could work with. In this case, 4 is also the greatest common factor, okay? All right, very good. There's more to this. So let's do another one. Let's say now that we have a problem like 2/3 plus 1/10. We have that problem, and you guys know we cannot add those as they are. We have to find a common denominator. Let me show you how that works. Using the stair method again. So in this case, I'm going to take both denominators, the 3 and the 10. So my 3 and my 10 are going to be here. Is there a number that will go into both of these? No, there's not, right? Okay, what that means is we have to multiply 3 times 10, and 30 is what we would call our least common multiple, or our least common denominator, okay? So that means that we would put 30 here and 30 here, and we would change our fractions to be equivalent fractions and have 30 as our new denominator, okay? All right, now, this lesson is not about doing this part. I just want to show you what the stair method shows you. So let's do some more with this type of problem. Let's go ahead and erase this, do it again. All right, let's say now that we have another two fractions that we want to try to add together. Let's do 2/6 plus 1/18. We'll do those. Okay, again, I have to take these two denominators because I have to find a common denominator. So I'm going to take 6 and 18 over here, put it on my stair, and I'm thinking, what number will go into both of these? We could use 2, we could use 3, and some of you know we could also use 6. I'm going to choose 3, okay? So 3 goes into 6 how many times? 2 times. 3 times what is 18? 6. All right? We know that we can do this again. What number goes into 2 and 6? They're both even. That's your hint. All right, 2. 2 times what is 2? 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times what is 6? That's right, 2 times 3. Okay, here's what we can learn now. On the last one we did, it was a little bit too easy. But on this one, let me just show you. This part right here, this L shape of the information, the L shape information gives you our least common denominator. That's right. When we use all 4 of those numbers, we're actually going to get our new denominator. It's going to be multiplied by something, and our new denominator will be over here. Let me show you how that works. We're going to multiply 3 times 2 times 1 times 3. Most of you can do this in your head. Let's go together. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. And 6 times 3 is 18. All right, guys. 18 is our least common denominator. Making the L shape, we get our least common denominator. Pretty handy. The stair method can reduce fractions for us and can also give us our least common denominator. Now, if you have 3 fractions that you are trying to use, then it doesn't work. But if you're just dealing with 2 fractions, trying to add them together, you will find your least common denominator. In this case, if we were working the problem, this one could remain the same. I wouldn't have to do anything to it. And this one, I would have to change and make it so that it has an 18 as the new denominator, okay? Then I would have like denominators and add the numerators straight across, okay? Again, this isn't really our lesson. This is our lesson, the stair method. Let's go ahead and do another one. Lots of practice. Okay. Another new problem. Let's say that we have 2/4 plus 4/20. 4/20. So again, you remember, step 1, take our denominators and put them in the stair method. we've got a 4, and we've got 20. Notice I'm not putting that division symbol in there because this is not a fraction. These are two independent and separate denominators. All right, go ahead and draw your upside down division sign. What number would go into both of these? 2. Let's go ahead and put 2. 2 times what is 4? 2. 2 times what is 20? 10. Can we do that again? Absolutely, we can. They're both even numbers. So 2 will go into 2 one time. 2 will go into 10 5 times. All right. And we cannot go any lower than that. Those are both prime numbers. So we're done. Make your L. Ready? Make your L. So everything on the outside and the entire bottom, that makes an L shape. That will be our least common denominator. Some people will also refer to that as the least common multiple, the LCM or the LCD. Same thing. Don't worry about it, okay? All right, so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 times 5 is 20. Again, look at that. We don't have to do anything to this, but we will be making this new denominator 20. Pretty cool. So the stair method, again, shows us two really cool things. One, it will reduce fractions for us, and it will give us our common denominator, our least common denominator. All right? Very good. Go ahead and go practice some on your own.